going on? It's your boy Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with my first place YCS 200 Regional Flight Hero deck profile for you guys today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know you guys love heroes so much on this channel, so I decided to actually take this deck to a regional flight at YCS 200, and I ended up winning. You know, I got my deck box once again, so I got two of these now since, you know, I got one last week before the YCS at the Toronto Regional playing Cyber Dragons, and obviously I got another, you know, regional playmat, which is pretty cool as well. So this is my second Borosword playmat, but we're not going to use this playmat today. We're going to use the sexy Elemental Hero Stratos, the return mat. So if you guys have not got your hands on this playmat right here, make sure you guys get it right now at txx1.com. That'll be absolutely amazing. It's the Stratos mat with Honest Nails, and it fits really well with the deck profile. So if you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys get your playmat today. That'll be absolutely amazing. And guys, okay, let me tell you what a regional flight is. Regional flight is basically mini regionals that big events like YCS hold. After I finished the main event, I was like, you know what? I want to try this deck out at a regional, and I actually ended up winning. These regionals are pretty small. They only consist of 16 people. So you have 4 rounds, okay? Single elimination in these regionals to try to actually get your invitation for the NAWCQ 2019. I already had my invite from the regional that I came fourth in, but I decided to actually compete in again because I just want to see if I can win. Let me be honest with you, this version didn't have the most testing because, like, literally I was you know, I finished the main event and I was like, you know what, let me just build a hero deck to play in the flight. So I just constructed a hero list in under like 4 hours to just try to see what the best build I can actually build. And for my matchups for the 4 rounds, I've played against 2 Sky Strikers, 1 Ultra Guys, and 1 Dinosaur. So Dinosaur was kind of like my rogue matchup, but that matchup was pretty easy because you summon Dark Law and then you just watch them cry, you know what I mean? So Dark Law just literally wrecks that entire matchup. Sky Striker is pretty easy if you go first, and you know, you side accordingly, you know, to whichever cards are in your side deck. Overall, the deck just performed really well. Unfortunately, I didn't face any Goki. I felt like Goki would have been a problem for me, especially if they had the upper hand going first and they were able to hand loop me. But other than that, my matchups were great. I thought I performed really well. Sorry, the monster, the man himself, the man with the plan. 1 Elemental Hero Stratos. There's a 2-card combo with this card. If you open up with, you know, obviously E-Hero Solid Man and Stratos, you pretty much have a 4-card Gumblar loop with Dark Law, which is pretty good. It also gets you another hero monster directly from your deck into your hand, so that way you can keep Firewall looping your hero monsters, you know what I mean, which is really good. Next up, I like to play Double Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. This card is really good in the deck because obviously it switches off the mass change, and the reason why it's really good in this deck at 2 of, if I was playing Jesse's version, I would only play at 1 because it is essentially a brick, but in this specific version you play 2 ofs in this deck is because you play double E-Hero Solid Man. Solid Man is actually very solid. It's a very good card in the deck. Works well with mass change because if you mass change away Solid Man gets his abilities, especially in back like a Shadow Mist from the graveyard, or especially in Stratos back from the graveyard, and then you get to trigger out their effects to either search a hero monster or also either to search a mass change, which is very awesome. So E-Hero Solid Man, very good for that. And obviously opening up with Solomon and E-Hero Shadow Mist, it's still really amazing because you're able to trigger off Shadow Mist's attack to search a mass change. So this is my Elemental Hero lineup in the deck. I really think that this lineup is absolutely necessary to play in this specific version. The next card that I'm playing in the deck is obviously one of the best monsters in the deck. Is Triple Vision Hero Vion. This card is really amazing. It's a 1-card combo. Opening up Vision of your Hero Vion gives you a first turn Maturity Beast for absolutely free, which is why I love this card so much. It obviously dumps your best Destiny Hero monster in the deck. Is Triple Destiny Hero Malicious. Card is actually amazing. Obviously is the reason why your combos can actually go up. Opening up 1 Vision Hero Vion gives you access to first turn Nat Beast, which is really insane. So I'll showcase you guys that combo through at the end of the video. The combo extender cards, you know, absolutely nuts. Triple Armageddon Knight, and also Vion is 1-card combos into Nat Beast, which is very good. So Triple Armageddon Knight, definitely a must-off in the deck. Starts off by your combos, being able to bring out this card directly from the deck of Azul is just so good. And I have some amazing combos with this card, which I cannot wait to showcase in the end of the video, which is going to be sick. Another extender is Triple Jump Forward. It's kind of like similar to Goki, but you're literally able to loop 4 cards of your opponent's hand and end off with Dark Law, only using Armageddon Knight and also a card like Jump Forward. So it's 2-card combos. You need an extender and you need basically either Armageddon Knight or Vision Hero Vion to basically go off their combo plays. But Jump Forward is a free warrior monster in the deck, and what you're trying to do with this deck is try to get out Isolde as quickly as possible to try to make Dark Law. If you, especially when you break, you can just go Isolde, especially with Shadow Mist, make Dark Law, set 2 back row pass. You know what I mean? The Dark Law is just very strong on itself. So these cards help you make Isolde, which is very good. Another really good extender cards is Goblinberg. Card is really amazing. The idea behind Goblinberg is I want to try to get out 2 warrior monsters on the field as quickly as possible. So normal summon Goblinberg to bring out another warrior monster for the hand, gets me access to the Zold, which is what I want to do with this deck. And it's also an Earth, which is really good as well for maturity base. And last but not least, I like to play, of course, double Dark Grepher. Dark Grepher is actually really good for those times where you actually have Destiny Hero Malicious in hand. Solomon and Stratos, you usually just search the Mali with Stratos, and then you special summon Grepher from your deck using his Zold's effect, and then you ditch Grepher to the graveyard to dump another monster to the graveyard for your combo plays, which is very, very good. So Dark Grepher, another really good combo card to extend your plays, which is really, really amazing. So that's pretty much it for all the extenders that you're playing in the deck. Let's go out to your hand traps. The 4 hand traps. I didn't have space to play 6 hand traps in the deck, but I felt like, you know, these are pretty good once you see it. You know, the idea was to play 6, but the deck was just so tight that I didn't have space to play, you know, the 6 hand traps. But 2 Gash, 2 Ogres, I saw it, you know, I know a couple of times. It was pretty good when I saw it. Obviously, the stop cards can cage, and the stop cards like multi-roll, which is very, very awesome as well against the Sky Striker matchup. So Ogre and Ash Blossom, and Ogre is obviously one of the best hand traps in today's metagame. You know, Summon Sorcerer and also Firewall Dragon, which is really good. Sorry about that, guys. Still a little bit sick. Don't mind that. Last but not least, for your bricks, you want to play, of course, you want to tag Gainer. Well, this card isn't necessarily a brick, because if you open up Goblinberg and, you know, attack Gainer, you have a first turn Nat Beast, which is pretty good. But yeah, attack Gainer, you obviously don't want to draw it. You just want to summon this card off Summon Sorcerer or also Isolde, which is very good. So attack Gainer, very great. And you want Ibali to run off your monsters. I have 3 other monsters right here, which I'll show at the end. Which is very important for some of the cards I play in the deck. This deck was super sick, man. But anyways, yeah, Ibali and Attack Gainer, very good cards, and Ibali is just really great for like Firewall, obviously, combo, which is really good. So that's pretty much for the monsters. The spells, you know, 1 hero lives, you know, broken. You open up this card, you win the duel. You know, it's free card. Triple E emergency call, and then 1 reinforcement of the army. Next off for the mass change engine, that obviously Shadow Mist can search is triple mass change and obviously double mass change too. These cards are obviously really good to actually help you get access to Anki, Dark Law, and also Mask Hero Diane. People forget how good Mask Hero Diane is, and you have so many targets for Mask Hero Diane in the deck. You have cards like Goblinberg, you have Attack Gainer. Next off for your broken 1-arms, you want to play the 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Soul Charge. You know, Soul Charge is obviously Game Charge, Call by the Grave. Your deck is a combo-based deck, so Call by the Grave is just very good. Next off for your 1-ofs, 1 DDR. The equip spells that you're playing in the deck, 1 DDR, 1 Noble Arms. Okay, right here, this card is the MSC in the deck, which is really good. Living Fossil, Overdone Burial, and Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade. 5 quick spells. The idea behind this deck is obviously to play, you know, the 5 equip spells and to send 4 equip spells to the graveyard. For cards like Armageddon Knight are also Shadow Mist, so that way you can just go off of your combo plays. The reason why you're always playing 60 in this specific version is because you don't want to draw these bricks in your hand, so that's why you can actually afford to play 5 quick spells to send to the graveyard, because the likelihood of you drawing, you know, at least like, you know, 3 of these or 4 of these is very unlikely. And you know, you don't want to draw the bricks like Mallies and also draw, you know, the Ibli or the Attack, you know, and that's the idea behind playing 60. So these cards are really good cards in the deck, and the main reason why they're in here is because of Isolde targets, and also the best one is obviously Living Fossil and also DDR, because they are actually extenders to actually revive back your monsters from the grave, which is very good. And then last but not least, you want to play, of course, the double Twin Twister for the Striker matchup. I kind of wish I found space to actually play 3 copies of this in my main deck, because you're playing a 60 card deck and you just want to see Twin Twister, especially going second, as quickly as possible. But this card did come up, obviously, and it was really helpful against Sky Striker matchup and also the Ultra Gas matchup. So bumping it up to 3 might be, you know, the choice for the future. So Twin Twister is really good for that. And I have one more spell, which I'll showcase you guys later. I'll put on the side, Double Solemn Strike. Your opponent doesn't know what to do against this card against Goki matchup, but I didn't face Goki, but really good against the Striker matchup too, some Gagari. Sometimes they are relying on that Gagari and going off, so that's really good. Really good against multi-figure as well. Solemn Striking multi-figures is really good. And then last but not least, you know, play, of course, double Infinite Impermanence. You're playing 6 hand traps in the deck, because Infinite Impermanence is another hand trap, which is very, very good. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the most generic, you know, trap cards of the deck. Let's go off to my spice that I'm playing in the deck that I didn't showcase you guys in the spells. So let's go off to the spell. Let's go up to the monster first. For the monsters, this is so sick, guys. I play 1 Ultimate Conductor Channel. This is how I won most of my games. 1 UTC, 1 Overtext Squatless, and 1 Double Evolution build. Alright, guys. Guys, this is the spice, man. My end board is Dark Law, Nat Beast, Ultimate Conductor Triangle. my end board is Nat Beast, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, Dark Law. How do you win? How do you win, Sky Strikers? How do you win? You don't. I'll showcase you guys a combo, but man, spicy. Guys, Armageddon Knight dumps this to the graveyard. Fool's Burial dumps this to the graveyard. What else? Greffer dumps this from the deck to the graveyard. You only play 1-1 because you just want to OTK with 1, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to play more, so you break. So you send, the idea is you summon Armageddon Knight, you send this, add pill, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno for game. Against a Pendulum matchup, if I face it, summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, it's game. And then for my other spicier engine I'm playing in the deck is I play 1 Artifact Scythe and triple Artifact Sanctum in the main. Like, when I was building this deck on the side, like 4 hours prior to the side event, I was like, yo, what if I can just summon, if the most brick situation possible, if I brick, what if I just summon Dark Law, Sanctum, pass? Like, next turn I killed them, like, that's game, right? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'll have a board with UTC, Nat Beast, Dark Law, set Sanctum, pass. Like, what can you possibly do against that board? Nothing. Nothing. But the downside about playing this engine is obviously just breaking on one of these cards. Like, you just never want to draw one of these cards. Drawing Scythe is probably it hurts you the most. Like, you know what I mean? But you can still Twin Twister this and trigger off its effect, but you obviously don't want to do that. But yeah, you never want to draw into these bad boys right here. But yeah, man, it's like I'm playing a high risk, high reward deck. It was so sick. Like, I never had fun in such a long time other than playing Cyber Dragons. Deck is actually so fun, guys. Let's go out to your side deck. Side deck is always personal preference, but Ghost Ogre, Ash, Triple Draw going second, Mind Crush going first. You know, just quickly side deck, evenly match for the Striker matchup going second. Twin Twister is very good, and goes in match to go first against Striker matchup. Lock your opponent down and then one Solemn Strike. Oh my god. Extra deck, Borosaur Dragon, icing on the cake, very good. Firewall Dragon for the combo. I don't know why this card's not yet banned, guys. I'm sorry. Talk logic about Gumlar Dragon, because you can Gumlar for 4 with 2 cards. Summon Sorcerers, Isolde, double Isolde, really good. Nightmare Mermaid, Phoenix, Cerberus, Unicorn. Majority of all your cards are Link monsters. These cards are really good going second, because you can break boards with them. Double Dark Law, Diane, Anki, and last but not least, 1 Nat Beast to round off your deck. The reason why my deck is so good is because if I break, let's say I went up with Vion, okay, or Armageddon Knight, and then 2 equip spells, I can't go out with my combo to special summon Shadow Mist for my deck. You know what I do? I make Nat Beast pass. That's why my deck is so good. My deck has access to 1 card Nat Beast, has access to 1 card Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and my deck has access to everything. A Solid Man, either a Stratos or a Vision Hero Vion. So you need a Solid Man or a Goblinberg. It doesn't matter, but you have access to Solid Man easier because you have 3 ecos in the deck. And it's either Stratos or Vision Hero Vion. If you have Vision Hero Vion, it's like 1 step faster. But, you know, with giving you Stratos in your hand does the exact same thing. But since you guys love Stratos so much, I'm going to showcase you guys a combo involving Stratos. And all you need is these 2 cards in hand and maybe like a hand trap. And the reason why you need a hand trap in hand is because it's just another card that you need a monster in hand to trigger off Firewall. So this combo right here is a 4-card hand loop. And by the way, guys, this is the, you know, the Link Zone version of the Stratos and Honest Neil's playmat. Again, if you guys want to help support the channel, for those of you who got the mat and help support the channel, I really thank you guys so much, you know, for your support. Like, I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are the reason why I can make videos every single day. I love you guys so much. And if you guys haven't got one yet, make sure you guys get your playmat today in the link in the description box below. You guys can get it with or without Zone. And also get your fuel centers as well right here, like the Chaos Max Center. Activates all in its effect, especially with Stratos. Stratos will activate its effect. So you hear Malicious directly from your deck to your hand. So you have a Mally in hand right here. So this is your hand. Send these 2 to the grave. Make it resolved. It don't matter. Search a Goblinberg. We search a Goblinberg for next turn. Send these 4 to the graveyard. So you summon Dark Greffer. Okay. Using Isolde's effect. It's a level 4 warrior, which is really good. And the reason why you summon Greffer is because you're going to ditch Mally to the graveyard to activate its effect. And if you obviously didn't have Stratos in that, you would just go for Armageddon Knight to just dump the card to the graveyard. But that does the same thing. It sends your Destiny Hero Malicious to the graveyard. So you go Dark Greffer's effect, send Mally to the grave, dump the Overtex to the graveyard. Once Overtex is sent to the graveyard, you can activate Overtex's effect. Evolution Pill directly from your deck to your hand. So you have a pill in your hand and you have this. You also have 2 other random cards in your hand. So these are 2 other random cards. This is like the Ash that you need in your hand, or any other monster that you need in your hand. Banish the Mally from your grave, the Mally from the deck, And then you send these two to the grave. Summon Sork. I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry European players out there. You can't play Summon Sork, but Summon Sork is like basically needed for every combo now, so I like to apologize in advance. Activate Summon Sork's effect. Basically special summon Elemental Hero Shadow Mist directly from the deck. So you special summon Shadow Mist from the deck. Do not use Shadow Mist's effect. Do not even attempt to activate Shadow Mist's effect. Just send these two to the grave. Do not use, okay? Do not use effect. Do not use Shadow Mist's effect, okay? You're gonna use the effect to search Mass Change. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna activate the Mally's effect, the second Mally's effect, banish it off from the grave, special summon the last Mally from the deck. Cool. And then obviously you guys all know the drill. With these two, you make Firewall. I don't know why Firewall still exists. Firewall. Cool. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna banish 2 warriors in the graveyard. You banish 2 warriors for a Zold. Banish Zold and Greffer. Add your Phoenix Blade to your hand. And Phoenix away. So Firewall, Chaining 2, Mermaid, Chaining 1 at this point. So right there, cool. Oh, and you're also gonna be drawing one replacement card for the Mermaid. So draw off the Mermaid. So this is, so now you still have 5 cards in your hand, which is really good. So hopefully you have more monsters. But if you don't have more monsters in this case, you know what I mean. You can still do the combo, but more likely you're gonna have monsters in your hand. But anyways, you're gonna go, if you obviously have another monster instead of Ash, you can just summon that monster instead. What we're gonna do next, you're gonna link away these two. Cerberus. Alright, so you have Cerberus right here. So cool. So now what you're gonna do, assuming you have no other monsters in your hand, you're not gonna activate Firewall's effect. If you have another monster in your hand, you can activate Firewall's effect. It's just another plus. But since you don't have another Firewall's effect, in this case, you're gonna activate Firewall's bounce effect to, since you're just calling to 2, you're gonna activate its effect to bounce back Shadow Mist, and also bounce back, you know, E-Hero Stratos from your graveyard back into your hand, which is really, really good. So this is your hand right now. Like, ew, sorry guys. Anyways, you're gonna send these two to the grave to make a link 3. Firewall Dragon is gonna trigger, which is really good. Special with Stratos. Stratos summon, you're gonna activate Stratos effect to search, you know, your Vision Hero Vion directly from your deck to your hand, I guess. Or another Shadow Mist, which is up to personal preference, but you have another combo card next turn. Wait, these two. You're gonna set your Evolution Pill. You set it. Make sure you set the double Evolution Pill, alright? Banish Mally. And also Solid Men first. For Divine Sword. These two to the grave. Activate Firewall Dragon's effect. Special summon Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is gonna activate his effect, so make sure Shadow Mist is Chainlink 1 and Gumblar is Chainlink 2. So now at this point you're gonna just discard 2 cards in your hand. It's like completely random. So whatever, let's say you discard like these, like if you discard Phoenix Blade randomly, oh you're Gucci. So let's say you did discard Phoenix Blade randomly, it'll be pretty good. So that's 2 cards out of your opponent's hand. And then you still have, you know, these cards in your hand right here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go double Evolution Pill to basically banish the Quatless and also another monster, a Phoenix, from the graveyard. Special summon Tyranno directly from the deck, so you have Tyranno right here. Sorry for the huge glare over there. We gotta give your opponent the ability, guys. Give your opponent the ability too. So give your opponent the ability. Obviously, Shadow Mist is gonna search Mass Change directly from your deck to your hand, which is really good. You're gonna set Mass Change, and right now your opponent lost 2 cards in their hand, and then you're gonna pass. Okay, so then during their standby phase, activate you know, Mass Change, send Shadow Mist to the grave, activate a special summon Dark Law. Boom. So in Dark Law, Shadow Mist is gonna activate, Gumblar is gonna activate. You lose 2 cards in your hand. Shadow Mist is gonna search. You can search anything. You can search a Solid Man, you know, to your hand with shit thing, and then Gumblar is gonna activate the fact to nuke 2 cards in your opponent's hand. They'll get banished, and this is your board right here. All right, so this is your end board with 2 cards in your hand. You end up with 3 cards in your hand, and you have UTC, Firewall Dragon, Gumblar, and Mask Hero Dark Law. What do you do with like what does your opponent do? I don't know. Some way to get Mally in the graveyard and some way to bring out 2 monsters on the field. So if you open up Armageddon Knight and draw forward, you have the same combo, but this is a hero-based deck, so let's go off with the heroes in our hand. I obviously need a Mass Change, which is really good, so kind of like a 3-card combo, but this is what you can do to make this board. Like, you can easily make this board, but if you don't, let's say you open up with all bricks, you can just, with 1 Vion, you can make 1 with Nat Beast. I'll show you guys a quick combo in a sec, but anyways, what you do with this hand is you know, summon Solid Men, summon Vion, activate Vion's effect, make a Zold, activate Zold's effect, search Goblinberg, okay, send 4 to the grave, very good, boom, Armageddon Knight, activate Armageddon Knight's effect, dump Overtex effect, search Tyranno. Okay, you guys get the combo. I'm sorry again, European players. You know, we need summon sorcerers because she's bae. Active summon Sork, target Solomon, Solid Soldier, special summon, obviously attack gainer from the deck because it's a warrior. Mat Beast, banish second Mally, special summon the third Mally, boom, cool. And then you can activate Mass Change, send these to the grave. So that way that you don't get screwed by hand traps. Make Dark Law right here. Very good. You make Dark Law, and then you activate Double Evolution Pill to banish it. It doesn't matter. So you banish the Quatless and also another monster attack gainer. Bring out Tyranno directly from the deck. All right. So you bring a Tyranno from the deck. So this is your end board right here. This is your end board, boys. End board right here. Okay. With this is one card. You also have two other cards in hand. Like what is Sky Strikers gonna do against this matchup? Like this is the board I built against Sky Strikers. Like, bro, what are you gonna possibly do? Like, explain, please. Please explain. Like what do you do? Like, can you really can you do anything? Not a lot your opponent can do. But anyways, that's pretty much it. And yeah, so basically for the one card Nat Beast, let me explain this to you guys because you guys might not understand it. But anyways, all you need is Armageddon Knight or Vision Hero Bion. The situation, let's use Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight, dump Mally. Okay, cool. Activate Mally's effect, banish itself. Special summon Mally from the deck. These two you make a Zold. Send one equipped to the grave. Special summon Tag Gainer. Banish the Mally. Special summon the third Mally from the deck. Make summon sorcerers. Sorry guys, I'm sorry European players. Activate summon Sork. Special summon either a Solid Soldier or a Goblin Bird from the deck, doesn't matter. And then you, synchro these two into a one card Nat Beast. So if I bricked, which I did once, and I opened up like 3 equipped spells with the Armageddon Knight and Vion, I just make this and just like pass. You know, like they can't really do anything because like you have Nat Beast on the board, and if you have like a Strike or a Sanctum set, you pretty much just win the game. So that's pretty much for the combo video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This deck was fun, man. If you want to have fun, play this deck. It's fun, very fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the thumbs up button. Get your playmat today, tsx1.com. Hero playmat, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy Sam from TeamSamuraiX1. I'm signing out. All right, guys. Peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a key with it. Like, no, this league.